Hello, my name is Lucas Dotson, and I think I would be a wonderful addition to the Arkansas State Educational and Leadership Program. I'm applying in the Educational Leadership Program for building level principal. I believe I have brought my values and efficiency to ASU's already highly regarded community of online educators during the online program. Being organized in my personal and professional life means my work ethic and advocacy for the students is bright line, attainable, and productive. The second question, I applied to Arkansas State because I wanted my master's in educational leadership to better myself for my students and challenge myself as an educator in modern times. Um, I remember teacher driven education and how non focused it was on the students' abilities because we have so many students who have a diversity of abilities. And when I was a kid, that just wasn't really talked about much. It was beginning to be, but now I feel like we're in full force of that. And I so heartily support that. Um, and with my hometown being so small, I saw early on that I needed to be a heavy supporter of the community school relationship that should exist as a partnership between coworkers, teachers, students, and their parents. And this partnership could lead to a very successful, open experience for everyone involved. As an active member of my community college student government, I learned to become an advocate for marginalized people and their efforts and their experiences and their worldviews are different, and we shouldn't be afraid of that. We should not be afraid to engage others to get the best out of people. We should not be afraid to listen to others as they have their experiences, you have yours, and you come together to create a great learning environment for everyone involved. Um, as being a long term sub after college uh, for several school districts within Mississippi. Before I got my alternative license from the Mississippi State government, I'm familiar with the professionalism, the atmosphere, and just the expectations that comes with being part of a team that cares deeply about hands-on learning within a student-centered system of education. That's just what I've always been about: is student-centered learning. Let's get the best out of them, and let's get the most out of our ability to teach them. I really feel like that my experience as a long term sub, and my experience as emergency subs have really put the focus on what students need, and sometimes that doesn't come out. And I'm so glad that I got the ability to be there and to witness student growth and my own growth as well. Because I believe that excellent educators, I believe, must have a vision and a set of goals for the environment that they will work in, not only for it to be physically safe, but also mentally safe and mentally healthy and educationally healthy as well. No need to go old school and put a whole lot of homework on a student that can't possibly do it. That is something that I feel like is detrimental to his learning experience and detrimental to his health and to the teacher's health as well. As a teacher from a hometown middle school in Senatobia, Mississippi, I was privileged to be able to develop relationships with mentors and co-workers who really pushed me to come up with a vision for my classroom, and a vision that is a classroom that diversifies the needs of the students based on personal levels of their learning and their ability as well. The goals I want to achieve are student oriented in nature. I think you can figure that out by now, and are hardly backed by my vision about how the classroom should be, how the school should be. The school should have a set of a vision, a set of values and goals that we want to achieve. Because I want to inspire engagement, and I want to inspire an environment that is not afraid to be engaged. Students that are not afraid to be engaged. Students that have project based learning levels and opportunities for them. The day of basic instructors going up to the board and just writing something down and you have to copy it. I hope those days are over. I hope those days are over because um, with so many distractions that our students have now, it's easy to get lost in that, and their attention span is so small compared to when I was a student. Um, and Honestly, lastly, I really want the students to know, especially during these times, that the school that they're in, the teachers that they have, are advocates for them on a personal level. I am an advocate for my students' academic, physical, and mental health. I want them to come to me with any problems that they have. We have to be more than just classroom instructors now. During these times, and that's a mission that I'm more than willing to accept. And lastly, the last question is a leader that I admire. I really admire Stokely Carmichael, a very little known civil rights activist down in the South who started the Black Panthers Party in Lowndes County, Mississippi, for voting in the '64 election and the '68 election as well. Um, at the height of the civil rights struggle, visiting sharecroppers, the poor, the disenfranchised, but also white advocates and city folk and people who wanted to kill the movement and perhaps do a serious harm to him. I like the fact that he was able to shift in between these people and talk to them on a basic level about their rights, about and be an advocate for them. And that's something that I've always enjoyed is advocacy of people who can't advocate for themselves, and also a classroom that is student learning and that is student centered. And I believe that Stokely Carmichael's was voter centered, people centered, disenfranchised centered way of thinking has connections to education as well. As we see that the world is changing, and we as educators must change with them. We have to be technologically sound, tech centered, and I'm really looking forward to adding my experiences and my opportunities that I have to better myself and to capture a master's degree from the from Arkansas State University's Educational Leadership Program. Thank you so much.